All right, no more excuses. Today we finally get some paint onto this chariot. So, let's go. The last time you saw this, I told you it was already ready for painting. However, in the meantime, I fixed a few things that I wasn't quite happy with, mainly the armor of the boars, because in my previous video, the boars only had armor at the rear. However, in hindsight, that doesn't make any sense. So I added a bit of armor here in the front. And I also added a bit of fine turf here on the base. So now it's really ready for painting. So I will start priming this, and also the miniatures, I think. Now these are also ready for painting. All right, let's get to it. I think I want to try to airbrush as much as possible this time. Last time I did a lot of stuff with the brush, and as some of you astutely observed, I'm quite slow with the brush, so I want to get a lot of paint in a somewhat short amount of time on this model. So I think I will try to adhere to some of your tips you gave me. Firstly, I think I will actually start with a darker primer this time. I know this might work against my painting scheme, but I think the way I'm going to do this, it's still going to work out. So let's see if I'm right, and let's get some paint on it. Now this is a dark gray, German Panzer gray to be precise. So I think this could give us a first nice dark coat. Now, as I said, I think I'm going to do a lot of airbrushing, so don't be disturbed if you hear me from the editing, because as you might remember, this doesn't sound good. Honestly, it's always a magical moment to see your own kit bash, creation, whatever you want to call it, with the first coat of priming, because everything finally comes together and forms this, well, you can say, more or less coherent piece. And this is already looking pretty great. I'm really, really glad with this. But we are far from done yet. So this is Matt from editing here. In hindsight, I think it was a good decision to go with the airbrush for the first layers of paint. And I really think I will try this on the smaller miniatures like the crew as well. I mean, I already painted the crew a little bit, but after a while I completely switched over to the chariot. So there is still that I need to check out. But overall, I think this is a good decision. I mean, I don't know if the overall vibrancy of the paint job will be just as, well, vibrant as with the miniatures I painted completely by hand. But I think it could be a good compromise to cut down on the paint time and to get these miniatures faster, ready for battle. Okay, I think this is as far as I can go with that, at least with my airbrush. There are a few colors in place, mainly 1, 2, 3, 4, but I think this is already giving me a good head start. So let's get in all the other colors and let's see where we can go from there. Luckily, I still have a little bit of paint left from last time. This, I don't need that anymore, at least for now. Now, there was one point of critique that resonated a bit with me, that I am painting a bit slow because I'm trying to be precise in the beginning. I think that is an astute assessment. I really don't like to go back into my project and start fixing stuff, but I have to admit, I never even tried it otherwise. So maybe Maybe that's a good approach, and maybe all those mistakes aren't as huge as I fear. So let's see. I mean, I already have the face painted. That is definitely quicker than most of the time. So what else can we do? I mean, we can already start to fix a few mistakes that simply happens when you use an airbrush, like the overspill. Okay, I think this already looks pretty nice. Let's fix a bit of the blue fur. And this is probably the most interesting thing, because now I will finally find out if all that work regarding the wood grain, if that was worth it. I mean, you can see that there is something there, but it's not really registering as wood grain, to be perfectly honest. But I think it still looks quite nice. All right, let's get in some metals. With these, I'm actually trying to be a bit more careful. So now, if you're somewhat expecting the big secret of becoming a faster painter, in general, I think it's really like trying to let go, trying to not be too precise, especially with gaming pieces. I think you can embrace a little bit of the chaos and you can always go back and fix it. To become a faster painter is also to lose the fear of making a mistake, which honestly haunts me all the time when doing this. You can always paint over a mistake, but somehow that doesn't really register with me. I don't know if that's because I'm not the biggest fan of painting, or maybe it's something else. But this also leads me to taking way too much time on projects like this when it comes to painting. All right, I think we're getting somewhere. So, I'm now closing in on my self-imposed 4-hour limit. I mean, I'm pretty happy where I'm already at with this, but I'm obviously not finished. There is a lot of work to be done on this. So I think I will make a few touch-ups here and there, especially with the wood, and then show you where I'm at. All right, this is where we at. I mean, it's not bad. I can see definitely where this is heading, and I'm super happy to get all the colors of my color scheme into this thing. Like the red and the blue and the yellow, it's all already present. Look at that derpy face. This is really going in the right direction. Again, I'm not under the illusion that this is done. There is still a lot of work to do, and especially a lot of cleanup to do. But overall, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy where I'm at. I'm pretty happy how much I managed to get done in these 4 hours. And yeah, I think in the next video, I'm probably be able to finish this and even get a little banner here. I'm already working on that, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, I hope I see you in the next one.